are these local-ass bitches?
On today's show, the bitches discuss sex. Duh. Nora talks about the genetics of crazy on Puerto Rico, Jew lovely island. While Lisa warns about eating pizza and getting zats. Rosa is on the prowl for 20-something man meat, and Manny discusses alternative uses for chicken bones. Without further ado,
I'm Lisa.
I'm Manny.
I'm Rosa.
I'm Nora.
Welcome to the lab.
This leg is Christmas, and this leg is New Year's. Why don't you come up and see me between the holidays?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the lab.
Hello.
Thanks for the invite, but it's January.
That was a little May West, I guess, a la Man West, by yours truly.
That was perfect. Yeah, Manny just told us that that's what Mae West said in one of the. Oh my God! No wonder my grandfather loved her so much. Mm-hmm.
She was dirty.
Man, she was a sexy woman.
She really?
She was sexy. I
She
remember
had all
her.
these sex jokes. She's like me. She's like the female me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so we were just sitting around talking about sex.
Duh.
As usual.
Duh. That is so 80s, huh? Duh.
Or psych.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could say anything you want in the 80s as long as you said psych.
Oh,
after.
totally.
Right?
You can say the most fucked up shit. That's another thing too with the PC movement. Man, they were so insensitive in the 80s. Oh my God!
And
even
in the
before that,
90s.
even worse. Yeah.
In the 90s too?
Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden, everybody's like uber sensitive about everything. We didn't grow up like that.
Yeah. Well, it's like we live in a world with a lot of different people.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's
And
just
times
a lot
change.
of different people. Times
Mhm.
change. And
Oh, she's the pistol, Mae West. So.
Right.
a pistol.
Yeah, look at her. She's
Pocket,
beautiful.
Or you just happen to see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she had so many like classic one-liners.
Yeah, she's
Like she was
beautiful.
the queen of one-liners.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nora's passing around the wine. We've already been drinking, but
Oh,
Drinking.
you know, drinking, but you know, we have to have vino. Apparently.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the differences between looking for a mate just to satisfy an urge and looking for a mate to connect with and
Yeah.
build a life with, and you know, what are the differences, the pros and cons of both.
Yeah.
Let's discuss.
Yeah. Let's discuss.
Yeah, I think sometimes you have the itch and you gotta scratch that shit.
Right.
You know?
And then I think it's also like for me, it's more about like the vibe that you get and the energy between the two people or
Yeah.
more. But you know,
or more.
Yeah.
I caught that. I don't know if you guys did.
You know what I mean? But like it's not something that really needs to be discussed. It just kind of is. Like you already kind of know that that's all it is. It's a sexual connection.
Yes.
But sometimes that rarely happens. Like, I always feel like it doesn't.
What do you mean?
Like, it might be like, oh, it's a sexual connection, but then one person sees it as not
That could happen too. That's when things could get messy.
And then
Do you
usually
think
it's messy.
Is it usually the guy or the girl that has the misunderstanding?
Sometimes it's the guy. And, you know, like when you think about it, you know, like
Usually
in the
the
mainstream,
girls, most
usually the
times.
girl, but sometimes it's the guy, and people are very
Sometimes,
surprised
yeah.
by this because that's not the way it's supposed to go.
I mean, because guys almost always want to put it in. I
Yeah.
mean, almost always. I will
Mhm.
qualify that, but I think they're even.
I
you
think
know,
it's safe to say that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're ready to go.
Yeah,
All the
ready
time.
to
I mean, we're
go.
like designed to spread our seed. I mean, that's
Right.
biological. It's just
Right.
like I even wake up and I'm like, seed has to be spread. What? Oh wait,
Right.
I gotta go to work.
That's why I'm not going to work.
I gotta go to work. But it's like it's really every 30 seconds. Like I mean, I know that people think that that's exaggerated, but guys do think about sex every
That's
30
amazing.
seconds. Every
See,
30
So
seconds.
I think
like
about sex a lot, and I wonder if it's
Every 30
like,
seconds?
a lot. So every 30 seconds,
Well, you're in your sexual prime.
Yeah.
I am. I'm 40.
Yeah,
40 years
40
old.
years old, ladies and gentlemen.
What is the
Yeah.
prime?
Like now, like
40?
35.
Maybe that's why I'm thinking about something.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just thinking about it constantly.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
And I
normal.
wonder
like right
how
now.
guys.
That's how we are, like, for our
Function.
whole lives. Ever since we hit puberty and on, it's just, can't get anything done.
Now let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Is it kind of like, okay, because like now we're in our prime, is it kind of like...
We're announcing that several times during the podcast. You know, labpodcast at outlook.com.
So
our
if you
email.
got some dicks, bring them over.
Yeah, is it like an ache.
No, it doesn't hurt.
No, it's like a yearning.
Like a
you
yearning?
really like
That is so Blanche different.
you know what I mean?
You
Like
should
a,
be fanning
Yeah.
yourself when you ask that
like a
question.
need.
It is, and sometimes it's overwhelming.
And we never had that before. Like I didn't when I was like younger.
I
like
still
all of
think
a
the
sudden.
the men is worse.
You're right.
There's
Yeah,
no
it's
thought
different.
involved in
No,
it.
There's
no,
no
but I'm
emotion
saying
either.
now, now that we crossed over, Nora and I, and you too, you're coming up on that. I think you are.
I
Well,
still
I'm
think 34.
Okay, so you're about to.
So
35.
I still think though that the women is still different. Like, with
But we're
men,
getting a taste of it.
like the littlest bit probably.
Whatever. The point is, it's different than what we used to have. They had it all the time.
We are not interested in just the tip.
But wait, I feel like I don't know. It can't be every 30 seconds.
It really is. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, seriously, like,
something
hi.
subliminal.
Okay,
Even like
so
I'll pick up this
okay,
glass
so
and I'll be
guys-
like, glass feels like an ass. No, it doesn't.
No, okay, so I'm at Target, right?
You're at Target shopping with your cart.
Shopping at Target, pulling into like, the checkout, and there's a guy there, and he's like, "Hi, how you doing? What's he thinking about right now?"
Would I do her or not?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
yes
what.
or no?
Every time I see a guy, no matter who he is, what he looks like, I'm like, would I do him? No. Or yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Just.
Or like what Bridget Everett says, pound or pass.
Pound or pass. No, it's like, would I do her? Oh, she needs help. Great, let me check you out. Like, that's it's just quick like that. Like, it's not even like that extensive or pervy. It's just a real quick like.
Every
Assessment.
single
Yeah.
person.
It's an assessment.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that's not.
Well, like not the abuela that comes up there.
Mm-mm.
But maybe he's like, I'm curious.
But even when the abuela comes by, maybe something she's like, I don't know, like the cart, or you're even just thinking in your brain about like a porn you watched, whatever. It's just like
A
Wow.
porn you watch about the VGAs?
no, just like anything.
But
It's
but it's
insane.
not about that person.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be about that
Oh.
person. So it doesn't have to be in the moment because we're
So
very
you guys have
imaginative.
a lot of triggers.
Triggers, yeah.
Wow.
Even when it's like you get cold sometimes, you're like, ooh. You get a little breeze. Like I had a hole in my jeans the other day, and that was fun.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's like a hole, then I thought of a hole, then I got cold, and then I wanted to stick it in.
Oh my god, it's like a walking sex stick.
But it's how we're built, though. Like, even if we weren't built this way, there wouldn't
Yes.
be people on the planet.
Because you have to propagate the species.
Yeah, there
So
would
you
not
think-
be any people.
Mm.
Like, it's a survival of like
yeah, because
when.
women
Yeah,
are...
but why would women want to feel like that in their prime?
Because this is our last hurrah.
It's a last
It's a
time.
last
It's
time.
your last chance to
Yes.
finally like breed, right?
Yes.
But the role of women is not to like have all.
I'll
Theirs is
say
to get the
so.
one
Yes.
and get the kid out. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
And as
So
many
that's why
kids
they're
as
not
possible.
as many kids as possible.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when you're, ready, you're kind of horny.
Yes.
But not, it's not all the time. But guys have to be horny all the time just to,
Up
get
until
the
To be
woman when she's
able
ready.
To fill the demand.
Yeah.
Because women
But that's
are picky
why
ass bitches
the,
most of the time.
the 20... What is it?
True.
The 23 to 27 is their... No, younger.
Younger.
Like 19.
Like,
Like 18.
yeah,
18,
18. Yeah.
To what age?
It's
24?
like 25.
25.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like.
My favorite age is 23 to 27.
They're in their prime. And you're in your prime. So that's actually a really
Yeah.
compatible mix.
Exactly.
I see
Women
that,
in, like, their late
Oh,
30s,
yes.
early 40s to, like, a younger guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you want to choose one or the other? I mean, we are all in various ages of our lives right now, and stages, I should say, of our lives. And, some are in serious relationships, some are not, some are we're just seeing each other, whatever. But, like, what makes you think, like, what qualities in another person will make you want to settle, so to speak?
Ah.
Settle down, not settle. Settle is the
Settle.
incorrect
Yeah,
word.
right. Settle down.
What do you think the other person's qualities would be in a fantasy world? Like, what do you think you would hit like a magnet?
Definitely open-mindedness has to be there.
Mhm.
Acceptance of, like, even if that's not your bag, baby. You know what I mean? Like, acceptance of
Right.
other people and, like, just, like, a general willingness to accept people that, that are different from them.
I accept
You
you,
know.
even though I don't understand you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And also definitely, like, somebody that I could talk to about many different things. You know,
Yes.
like, just, so definitely smarts, for sure.
Like a best friend.
Yeah,
too.
for
Yeah.
sure. Because it's like, I have to have that.
Wait,
I
Because
have
some
to have
people
this
feel like they don't-
Compatibility or
to,
just the
to be
bam,
to
bam,
settle
bam?
down.
Oh,
No, to settle down.
yeah, to settle
yeah,
down.
it has to be like even just to sit around, like somebody you could just like talk to.
Do you think settling down is really something that we're meant to do as a species?
I don't know if that's even me. Because I've always had the thing where everybody thought that was weird. Like, now it's more acceptable. But I remember when I was younger, people didn't understand where I would be like, well, what's the big deal if you have, like, 2 boyfriends? Or if you have a couple, people were like, what? Like, I just don't think you know what you want. That's what I heard a lot.
Because it's just socially ingrained that you have to have one mate.
Exactly.
You have to live and you have to be perfect for each other. You have whatever you have.
Even though nowhere in nature does that happen.
Correct.
It's like,
Right.
And even other cultures, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and they're like, you're just being greedy. And I'm like, no, because like even if they had another relationship outside of the relationship,
right.
people still, would totally be like, yeah, you're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, okay, well, when I was a kid, I mean, I'm in my 20s, I really didn't know myself, but now I wonder if I just have those inclinations because I just always just have them. Maybe I'm not meant to be with one person, or maybe for me it'll happen when I'm 60. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe right now in this stage of my life I don't feel that.
Right.
Maybe when I'm older I'll be like, yeah, I just want one companion. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, you don't know what life's going to throw at you,
exactly.
I suppose. And you can't always, I don't know, I guess I would want to guard against heartache.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my heart broken, so like, I don't think I'd want to invest as much as I've always invested in my other relationships. I think I'm going to be, in my future relationships, I don't think I will invest as much time and heart as I have in the past. I won't put all my eggs in one basket. I'm not going to be slut, or I'm going to be totally honest, and I'm going to, wholly love the person that I'm with, if that's a relationship or whatever. I think, if you're with someone for 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 hours, it doesn't matter.
Right.
As long as you're completely immersed in the situation and in the experience, I think it'll be a good thing.
Yeah, totally.
And even if it's only temporary.
Do you think that you would have like more of a testing period for the person? Like,
no, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, because I
believe
don't
in that.
either.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, who am I to test anybody? I'm nothing special. I just really like, if I like somebody and I connect with them and we have a connection in some way that crosses over, in the bedroom, then great.
That's totally how I am too. I'm very much like go with the flow and see where things take you.
I don't like a plan. And,
yes.
And I'm not into like, well, I'm going to see what this guy says. I'm just going to say something and see what he says. Like,
and if he doesn't say the right answer, I'm going to get really mad at him.
Right.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Because sometimes it just means maybe for whatever reason you guys aren't just meshing. You
but
know what I mean?
that,
Obviously.
it's
like,
okay not to agree on everything.
That's another thing too, yes.
And it's not okay to feel like you have reign over somebody else. And it's not okay to be like, well, we're going to do what I say. Don't eat that because you're going to get zapped.
Oh man, that comes from, okay, I have to come in here and interject because Nora still uses this example and it's so fucking amazing. A friend of a friend said this to her boyfriend once, and the poor guy wanted to eat a piece of fucking pizza, and that's what she said to him. It's like, don't eat that. You're going to get zapped. So now, yeah.
Did he eat it?
Yeah, I don't think he did, bitch.
I know, right, bitch?
Yeah,
whoever you are, pizza chick.
Yeah,
bitch. Well, that's what I think. Like, maybe time has taught me this. Maybe failed marriage, failed relationships taught me this. That you can't have so many expectancies from someone. Another person is not going to be exactly what you want, and if they are, wow, more power to you. That's great. But it's never going to happen 24/7.
Right.
And they're never going to be exactly what you expect all the time.
Yeah, and you can't have expectations. You can have some, but like I think you can't be so beholden to them. Be open to like adapting them.
Yes.
Right?
I expect someone to respect me.
Mm-hmm.
I expect someone to accept me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I expect somebody to interact with me and be honest with me. If you can't be honest, go find somebody else. Because I can read through that shit. I'm years of experience of somebody lying to me.
Yeah.
I can read through it. And you know what? I'm not like that. I'm very honest with everyone I meet, to a fault even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because I want that in return, I think it's important.
I agree. And I think that was my acceptance comment. Like, because that has a lot to do with that because people are different and they're not going to be everything that you expect them to be. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, so if you're lying to me about something, you're also lying to yourself about something. Oh, I didn't want to see that chick with the big boobs. I don't care.
Right.
If you like that, then that's fine. I accept that about you. So, I think that's okay for you to like different things. It shows you have an open mind. It shows you like different flavors. It shows that you have options, and you know what I mean. To me, it's not something like, well, you don't like what I like, or you don't like exactly the way I look.
Yeah, and you see that happen a lot.
I feel like that's something that happens in like early 20s relationship. Does that really happen?
Please,
it happens
People have all sorts of
You
coping
totally see that
mechanisms.
shit. Yeah, you
That
totally see
sucks.
that shit happening.
Yeah.
I think one thing that's important for me in my current relationship is that it feels like every day we wake up and choose to be in the relationship every day. It's like it's an open choice every day.
Yeah.
And then it's a new meaning every day, and it's we're super thankful every day. And I think that's so important. We talk about that too.
That's
and,
awesome.
How important that is.
And because you're mindful of it. Again, mindfulness.
Because you never know how long it's going. Anything can happen at any time. And
Right.
you just should, always be in the moment. And, you should. Yeah, and I think that's one of the ruts people fall into with marriage is people think that once you're married, psychologically, it's well, I don't have to keep trying to put this together. It's already together, and I don't have to do anything, which is wrong. I think you should still feel like you have to every day wake up and be like, this is a free choice I'm making to be with this person.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think people maybe forget that, or because sometimes people will be fine and then they get married and then derails.
Yeah.
Not all the time,
not
but
all the
it
time,
can happen,
but you
and
hear
I think
that
it's because they
happen.
fall into that rut.
Most people.
But not only that, they start to uncover the layers of somebody. Maybe they don't like what they see.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the
I
other
feel-
person put up an affront to begin with, just to coax the other person, just to, what's the word I'm looking for? To
almost convince the person you're
not convince, but to make them like them in a way. Well, I guess convince is the word. The vajayjay napkin.
I know, my napkin looks like a vagina.
God.
I'm holding this napkin right now and it looks like a vagina.
It really does. You should take a picture of it.
So it's
I'm
part of our
Insert
discussion.
Peach's song vaginoplasty right now. Vaginoplasty.
It's like make my pussy pop, 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 pop.
Oh my God. They really
But
does
see,
it.
I feel like most people out there are not with who they want to be. Almost, I would say more than half. It's really hard to find somebody that you completely connect with.
sad.
And everybody has such this urgency to fucking be with somebody that to settle down with. It seems to me.
Is it just
this all the time?
do you
If
think-
you're unhappy in your relationship 80% of the time,
It's like you're better off being signal.
Most people are unhappy.
Right.
Because it's been socially ingrained.
That's
them
what it
that
makes
you
me
have to be at a certain age to do something.
Yes,
you have to be at a certain age to be married. If you don't have a partner, and then there's something wrong with you, or whatever. You're a pedophile, whatever. You're living a life outside of the norm, and that's not necessarily true. It just means that you choose what you want for your life at that time.
Right.
And you could be amazingly picky because it's your life.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? You could be,
and it's nobody's business.
And it's nobody's beeswax.
Yeah.
What the hell you want to wax? Or what you don't want to wax?
Because I don't say shit to people. You don't know how many times people have talked shit to me. They're like, well, wow, you haven't really dated anybody seriously, and don't you want kids? And I'm like, do I say, man, your fucking husband is a fucking asshole? Do I say man, really, I mind my own fucking business. It's not my business. Why are you all up in my shit?
Because it threatens their own sense of what people are supposed to
It's
do.
amazing.
Why do they care?
It's amazing.
Because it's their world is well, I got married and I did this and I'm surviving and doing this. Why isn't this person doing it? There's something wrong with them, not me.
And that's hard
because... Is it a
because
reflection on them?
They think it is. I think on a subconscious level, it's it
and
threatens
maybe almost
their
there's
idea of themselves.
not a jealousy, but a resentment
Mhm.
towards somebody that doesn't give a shit. Because I really don't give a shit.
so and a lot of people fall into this because they've been ingrained with the fact that you have to be a certain way at a certain time in your life. You have to do this, you have to do that, and you have to grow up. You have to have you have to be a teenager and sow your wild oats, and then get married and have kids and go have a corporate job and blah blah blah. All this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And so
and we're artists.
in my situation,
you know what I mean? Like that's another thing too, is that like that we don't fall under this fucking usually, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why we probably talk this way. Like other people, this is like a completely foreign discussion. They'd be like, what?
Like,
why would you even want to be that way? You know what I mean?
Right.
And we're like, we like it,
right?
You know?
Well, because I feel that even, and this is probably the person I chose. This is probably the situation I fell into, whatever the case. But when I was married, I felt like, if I wanted to do anything outside of those four walls, then I was taught that, or I was told that, I was being true to the sanctity of the marriage, or the sanctity of being a mom, and doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
You should be here every day. Well, why can't I have a life where I'm a mom and a wonderful friend and a partner, and still want to play guitar,
right,
or go exercise, or hang out with my friends, or have another facet of myself? Why is that a betrayal of the sanctity of marriage?
Because that's not love, that's possession.
Exactly.
It's like somebody trying to possess you and like control you. That's not love.
And that's how everybody, I think, mistakes love.
Yeah.
For that, like they think that's
instead
love.
of I love you, they should say I possess you.
Yeah.
I own you.
Yeah.
I control you. Like that's like an addiction.
Yeah.
It's like what you would do to an addiction.
It's like it's a disease.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a disorder.
You let me.
Yeah.
You let me.
Little Bad Religion.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think you want in your life right now? Like, that's one of the questions on the dating app, isn't it? Like, regardless of your future wants or needs, what do you want right now? Do you want sex? Do you want a relationship?
I don't know, man. For me, it seems like sex.
Nice.
Like that's, like, and the thing is because I don't need someone to complete me. Like that just made me think of Jerry Maguire. Is that what
you complete?
Yeah. Like I don't need that, but it would be wonderful if I came upon a person that I was like, holy shit, man, this person's serious. Like I understand them. They understand me. Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. But at this point,
but I am not like going out
to eat that ass.
Like I'm not like making it a point to holy shit, man. Like I gotta find that person right fucking now. Like I can't believe I didn't have a date for that party and blah, blah. Like you hear this shit.
It's
from
like
people.
kill yourself.
Yeah, I'm like I don't give a shit.
Yes,
Like do you know how many years I haven't had a +1? And I don't care.
I don't.
Right.
If I do, great. If I don't, whatever. Like I'm fine going somewhere by myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool. Be like, who are you here with? Nobody, just me.
Right.
Yeah.
I need you and your dumb ass to tell me that I'm wrong for that, man. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's your business. You're just if you're so damn happy with your boyfriend, then why the fuck are you all up in my shit?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's something to be said about also having somebody to have a wonderful camaraderie with.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And then being able for that to carry over into like wild, crazy sex,
Exactly. Like that would be wonderful.
Well, some people I talk to say that they're like not friends with their partner. You know what I mean? Like they're lovers or whatever, but they're not friends. You know, but I think I'm like best friends with Cameron.
Well, that's what I would want.
I feel like we're super best friends, but some people don't necessarily need that.
Interesting.
Like some people are just like, no, we're lovers and like we have our own thing. But I think that
works.
can be valid.
If it works, yeah.
But we're not like friends. We're like we have a lot of the same interests or hang out a lot. Like maybe some common interests, but I think it's okay.
That's true. That could happen too. That could happen.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal though to have somebody who I can be friends with. Like, but I hold friendship to high esteem because I have you guys.
Yeah.
Right. Like
we're pretty fucking awesome.
We're pretty fucking awesome.
I think that's why I feel that way. That you know what I mean? It's like
no one's ever gonna be my friend like you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But they don't have to be. You know what I mean? Like not all relationships have to be like that.
Right.
Right. And I know successful ones that aren't like they're not best friends.
Exactly.
And
I think
that's where my intention of I'm not going to put too many eggs in a basket, because I think I expect that from other people. Like I'm giving my 100%. This is who I am. Like take it or leave me. And I give a lot of that benefit of the doubt and emotion and vulnerability and all those things that maybe a lot of people hold back on.
Yeah.
I'm not good at holding back those things.
Me either.
I like to open up to people.
I think that's great, and I think you will find somebody that's like that. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
And yeah, I mean, if I don't, I don't. That's
If
fine.
you don't.
I mean, I'll survive.
But if
I'll survive.
Exactly.
Right. You know what I mean?
But
can you survive without the dick?
Well, that's the other question.
Well, that's another thing. Because also for me, you know, because everybody always makes fun of me because I'm like, oh, I have to get to know the person. Blah, blah, blah. Even if it's just a sexual partner, you know, like a lover in that way, I still need to have like an affinity for them.
No, me no.
See,
Except
do.
if they're wearing like boat
No,
shorts.
wait.
Yeah.
Well,
But
okay, like
I'm not
Crocs.
talking about like a one-night stand. I'm talking about like a standing relationship this way where you're having sex more than once.
Like a F buddy.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
well, yeah, but
yeah.
then drunk or sober though.
Sober.
Oh yeah, no drunk. I don't give a fuck.
Well, then that's different. I mean, like, you barely even have to talk to the person.
That's
You know what I mean?
perfect.
Like, if it's only one time.
No,
Yeah.
even if it's multiple times.
You
just
don't
get
even have to
wasted.
talk to them. I need to talk to them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, because you know me, I'm a big mouth. Can you imagine
I
me
don't
being
really
completely
need to
mute?
talk.
I need to
Some
know.
people are built differently. Like some people don't need that
I
talking.
need to know your name. I need to know if you can spell. You know what I mean? I need to know.
No, but then I'm gonna find out some other stuff that I don't want to know, like you know, like but, you know, I need my buddies. You're like, ew, shut
She
up.
hates buddy, like me and my buddies.
Hey, bud.
And I have
Yeah.
this buddy. She can't stand it.
Really,
My
shut up.
buddy.
Or like, you know, stupidity. You're just like, stop talking.
Is that what that song is about? I
You're
need
like-
to know. Tell me, baby girl, cause
Yes,
I
I
need
need
to.
You're like, stop
Is that what he's
talking.
talking about?
Remember, let's get butt negative.
Let's get bug nigga and fuck.
Yeah.
Let's
Manny,
get
like,
bug
comes
nigga
up
and
with
fuck.
this, like,
Let's get
that
bug
is
nigga and
her
fuck. That's a real
theme
song.
song.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's like, let's
Manny
stop
comes
talking,
up with the
get
stuff
butt
like that
negative,
he
but-
hears, like the most ratchet, like rap songs, like ever. And
I love ratchet
oh, it's
rap.
so great.
Ratchet rap.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Never
that
sucking a dick.
shit.
What was his like sucking a dick? Because I smoking a roach. I go straight from first class to coach.
Oh yeah! Sucking a dick is like smoking a roach. I go from first class to coach. That's Lil Kim.
Lil Kim?
Lil Kim.
Take me straight from first class to coach.
And
I fucking love
she also has
Lil' Kim.
"Don't Want Dick Tonight." Eat my pussy right.
Oh, yeah, I
Never-
remember that one.
If you want something, no,
We don't want it.
If you ain't sucking no nut,
We don't want
if you ain't licking no butt,
We don't want
if
it.
you ain't sucking no nut.
Yeah, because like the guys are like, if you ain't sucking no dick, we don't want it. If you ain't- And then the girls are like, if you ain't sucking no kid, we don't want it. And the guys are like, if you ain't sucking no nut, we don't want it. The girls are like, if you ain't eating no butt, we don't want it.
It's like West Side Story, but not
Oh,
West Side Hoary.
That's my favorite.
Awesome.
That's my favorite.
Breast Side
It's
Story.
like, I love her. Oh, it's like great things in life.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, there's just something about like being wasted and then you're just like somewhere
Right,
at
right.
a party and you see
Yeah.
this person, you're
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah.
It's happened
he's hot.
before, yeah.
Well, do you think
It
just
doesn't happen that often.
It doesn't happen often, but it's happened.
It's like it's good in theory. It does it because you're
It's
like, I'm
happened
not
to
gonna
me
get the
before.
hurt. You're like, I'm gonna get the hurt.
Well, that's the thing that makes you think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
right.
what makes you think. You know what I mean? It's like, because we are cautious
Because you know
people.
what's gonna happen. You're gonna go to the bathroom and be like, oh yeah, this is so good. And then be like, I don't got rubbers. And you're like, who gives a fuck? So that's
See,
why
but that I haven't done because
That's-
even at my most inebriated, I'm like,
Okay.
even at my most inebriated, I'm trying to like, hold up, wait a minute.
But you know
Yeah.
me at my most inebriated.
See,
I
you're
can't put my
worse. Me,
finger up.
yeah,
So-
me.
I'll be
I'm not
like,
like that.
whatever.
I'm with you, Rosa.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, you
so
like have a
before-
different personality.
Before I get super
An alter ego.
wasted, I'm like,
Yeah.
because
Do
I'll
you-
do some dumb shit. You know what
Well,
I
do
mean?
you think that the wasted or whatever, does that just let down your guards?
Mhm.
So that knocks down the walls that you put up every day. Do you think
Yeah.
you can do that without the alcohol? What kind of life do you think you'd live if you knocked down those walls and just acted like that without the alcohol? Not saying that not to
Sound
drink.
like an alcohol.
No. What I'm saying is, like, would you do you think you would have the courage to do things that you wouldn't otherwise have?
Maybe now a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
when
so.
I was younger, no.
Right.
As I'm getting a little bit older, it's
like more
easier
confidence.
and easier.
Are you starting to realize like, oh, I can do things and I'm not
Yes,
gonna
right?
I'm not gonna die because I do it.
Right.
But like alcohol makes things like
Looser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes down the walls a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the pants.
And the pants.
Yeah, but you guys know me. Like for some reason, like even when I'm at the most fucked up,
She's
something
like straight. She's like the most.
it's weird.
No, Lisa could be absolutely annihilated, and then she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm super fucked up right now." She'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is the most fucked up I've ever been."
And if something fucked up happens, I'm like, hold on a minute, what'd you just say?
She can like recite.
It's weird.
Yeah, like a big fucking like speech, and it would be fine.
No, I'm like,
It's weird. So like, if something strikes me as not right, I'm totally like, what? Hold on. Nope. You know.
with what? Oh, see, that's the thing.
Like while I'm fucked
Like
up.
in
What
the
if you're
moment?
super fucked up and somebody says, I don't have a condom? Sorry, dude.
You're super. Oh, I'd be like,
Yeah, see, I don't-
what?
yeah.
What's happening?
Because you know me, I'm
Oh,
super
it's-
like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, like I'm super paranoid about that shit.
Wake up like you're like, I'm in my period.
Yeah.
Or like, why am I covered in like bumps everywhere?
Yeah.
Why am I peeing green?
The herbs.
Well, they made I was reading this article. I don't know if they're college students or somebody made a nail polish where you can wear it and then you can dip it in a drink, and if it turns a color, it means there's roofies in it.
Yeah.
No way.
So you can
Yeah.
use this nail polish now to like girls can use it. Like if they
That's
get a drink, they can. Isn't that great? And
amazing.
guys created it, like these college guys.
That's
Like,
amazing.
how cool is that?
Like, why would somebody put
Science
a
in
roofer
there if they're
Oh, I
not
love
going
it.
to do anything. I've heard of people like getting roofied for like no reason.
Like, see, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you do that?
I mean, I'm not saying that there should ever really be a
No,
reason.
no, but that's
I mean,
strange.
Like,
It's strange
were
to
they
me.
planning? Was somebody planning on
And then it
doing
didn't pan
something?
out? Is that what you mean? Like, they
Yeah.
ended up being with a group of people? Is that what you're saying?
You're right. That's what I don't get. Like people that
Me either. Because if somebody's going to roofie someone, I would think that they had a plan. You know what I mean? Like,
I've known
they're
a couple
already
people
talking
that
to
got
the
Some
person.
people are just dicks and they just
Yeah, that's
do
what,
shit.
Wow.
that's what I'm wondering.
Just want to cause chaos. I don't know.
Or feel in control.
Yeah, true. And watch from afar.
That's fucked up.
Maybe.
Let me try.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what I was
flavor today.
thinking? I'm going to check. I'm vaping. I'm a
Did you
vapor.
see that no vape?
So I'm
now?
going
They're
to
saying
try.
vape is like bad.
Who done?
Yeah, what did
I
they say
don't know,
about
it's all
vape?
over.
I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's like vape, the truth about vape or something.
Is it because of they're talking about the people that... Is that better?
Oh my god. Yeah, we're like the
I
truth
guess
about
not.
vape.
I just tightened because there's like an air hole where you can have like more of the, you know, like the air. This makes it like a little bit more of a throat hit.
I choke every time I use her vape because I always want to taste the flavor, but for some reason it hits my throat. I mean,
See, that's weird.
There goes
because
your
I think it's
social life.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I don't do that with other kinds of smoke.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
So I wanted to tell you guys, last night I watched Grey Gardens.
Uh-huh.
So Grey Gardens is really interesting because it was a documentary that was done, I think in the 60s. And there are these two relatives of the Kennedys. They're two women. It's a mom and a daughter. And what happens is they were really rich at some point. They were part of the and then like Jackie Kennedy kind of grew up with them and did all this stuff. It's like her aunt. So what happened was her husband ended up like leaving and like having another wife, but still supported them in this house. And they had a huge house.
This sounds kind of
And then
Ladies, they're like
eventually,
sisters?
two ladies. No, they're like mother and daughter. So what happened
I
is
think this sounds familiar.
the husband eventually ended up passing away, and they had this small like trust fund or small like fund that they would draw from. So they had to get rid of all their servants. All this stuff. So over the course of years, the house started getting more and more decayed.
Yeah.
And like it got so bad that at one point they probably had like 100 cats in there.
Wow.
Raccoons. They were feeding raccoons in there. There was just stuff everywhere.
They went crazy.
They went crazy. Yeah, they went really nuts. And the documentary is about them.
Oh my god, that's so
And
sad.
at one point, Jacqueline Kennedy came to visit them, and she just, as soon as she walked in, she puked. Because it was so horrible.
What the hell was it?
And like the animal services came.
Like, because they were probably cockeying all over the place.
Everywhere.
and
They
that's
just weren't
cool.
cleaning
Like,
anything.
the animals.
Yeah,
like
the
an
cats were
episode of
peeing
Hoarders.
everywhere. The cats were like pooing. They were just hanging out.
And
They
they're
weren't
like,
doing anything.
"Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I've seen it."
This
It
sounds
gave me nightmares.
familiar.
It's really interesting. So there's a documentary, but there's also the
I
movie
think-
that
I
Drew
think-
Barrymore and Jessica Lange starred in.
See, I think I saw the documentary.
The documentary is
Yes.
really cool.
Yes,
They're
but I
both
didn't
really
see the
cool.
movie.
They do a really good job.
Oh my god!
But she's like a fashion icon. She's got like the headscarf and like all the stuff, and that like she's kind of like a fashion icon.
So that reminds me of that story of the women, the mother and daughter in Puerto Rico. I would go visit my great grandmother, and there was a house. The way the houses were situated, and where my great grandmother lived, is my great grandmother lived on a little bit of a hill, but in front of her house was another house, and there was a mother and a daughter that lived there. The husband had passed away, and the mother seemed to be just a little out of sorts, like a very, big-eyed and
paranoid looking.
right. And every year, because I went to Puerto Rico every year, you could see she got crazier and crazier, and the daughter was taking care of her. It got to the point, though, I will never forget this, that then the daughter started looking like that.
What happened?
Well, because it started to like rub off on her, like if she was spending so much time with the mom.
Then they both started to get.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened in Great Gardens.
It's so scary. I mean, it hurts my heart.
That's so
because
sad.
as a child, I even observed this. I mean, this is an 8, 9, 10-year-old child seeing.
You could tell like the shift. You could feel like the energy.
And the crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hair and the craziness. Yeah, it's really sad. I wonder whatever became of them. But it's so interesting to see that because, they're not going to the therapist.
Right,
They're
exactly.
not going to the doctor, they've got to deal with that shit.
Totally.
And Lord knows what comes out of it.
Right.
But
Right.
So who were
Lot of
they
cats.
exactly?
They were in like her great grandmother's town in Puerto Rico.
So the mom was
they were like the neighbor. The mom was like crazy, and then the daughter was always taking care of her. And then
she started acting.
Yeah, she started to
then
shift over to that.
She shifted over, so she got crazy, and then they were both too crazy.
And there could have been a genetic component, maybe.
Of course.
Maybe.
Right.
But
I think
that's
that
sad.
the two work in conjunction with each other. I would think.
Yes.
You know,
and then being around that, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Great Gardens, she had like the opportunity to be like an actress and a comedian, and she was even going to audition and all this stuff. And her mom made her come home at some point, so she had like this capacity to
So
be
what was
a
wrong
star.
with them exactly?
Well, I mean, they were just like rich
Recluse.
women that were used to living on a certain level and having servants, and all of a sudden that got taken away from them, and they were still living that world. And like basically, like the mom wouldn't even leave the bed; she would just stay in the bed. There was just like cans of like tuna open on the bed. There was like just
like a
food.
depression or something that she
Yeah.
had. So it was like hoarders.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Hoarders. It was like they were like the original reality show. I mean, if you see that documentary, it's like a reality show.
I remember seeing that.
I can't watch Hoarders. I can't watch that shit.
Oh,
That's
it makes
sad.
my butt
Like-
pucker like
like-
nobody's fucking
Butt
business.
pucker.
Like I remember Clean House with Niecy Nash.
Oh,
That show I like,
I
because
love
it's
her.
like lighthearted. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Hoarders is fucked up.
Because it's emotional. There's
I
some emotional
can't.
problem.
And there, yeah, definitely. And there probably would be in Clean. I mean, I don't know what it was about like the difference of Hoarders is just like, oh my god, like the worst possible scenario.
Well, and then there was the differences in the types of hoarding. So there's the people that collected things.
Yeah.
And they weren't necessarily filthy, but they were just like, they had little paths to go everywhere. They had neat stacks of
because they just had so much shit.
They had so much shit.
Yeah.
And then there's the people with like dog shit everywhere.
Yeah.
With pizza boxes.
Right.
With like
I can't do it. I can't watch it.
the toilet was messed up.
Yeah, I
the
can't
shower
even.
was messed up.
I couldn't
like
even get
anything.
to 20 minutes. I never watched the whole episode. Never.
Because I was like,
yeah, I can't. It makes me
throw
so
up.
sad. Like I was just so like heartbroken. Like like I would see.
It happens.
It would be like I remember there was this one that was on, and I think it was like a woman she was an elderly lady, had lost her husband. I mean, shit like that. And then she got a house like this. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god. I was like, nope, change channel. Can't do it.
Or the people who are food hoarders are the worst.
Yeah.
Like they don't
Because
throw
then
away
it's rotten.
food.
Oh.
She's like, it's sour cream. What's it gonna do? Turn sour? And it's like from 2008.
No.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What channel was it?
Oh,
TLC.
God. Was it TLC? Yeah.
It was TLC.
Well, I went into my friend Shelly and I went to this girl's house one time to eat dinner, and it was like her and her like 3 brothers were living there.
Yeah.
And we went into the house, and as soon as we went in, there was just like, of course, there's shit everywhere. And there was these 3 kids, and the kids were like eating stuff. They would take the wrapper and just throw it behind them.
Wow.
And they were like, you'd see the bedrooms, and there was just clothes pouring out of the bedrooms.
Wow.
And you went there for dinner?
We went there for dinner. Yeah, and like as soon as the kids were done, they would like throw stuff behind them, like to slip on a banana peel.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
It was so bad. Like
It was
just
like a
dishes
little
everywhere.
pigsty.
Everywhere.
Wow.
Like the
Banana
kitchen.
peels.
How did kitchen dishes get into the living room?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dirty.
And like,
Just
how do they?
piles of stuff.
How do they like not run out? Do they like buy more dishes, or do they just wash as they go? I mean, like, I have questions.
It's like, I need a dish. Can you go into the bathroom and get me one?
Oh yeah, like
It's
wow.
like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, damn.
But they were just like, oh, like no problem, like nothing.
Huh.
They didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, because shit gets messy.
Yeah,
You know, and
I
I'll be
mean,
the
my
first
house
to say,
is
like, I gotta
messy.
clean out my fucking
But
closet.
just saying that was
Yeah,
like
right.
a chicken bone and just throwing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. From chicken bones and Dioc. Wow, we've had quite
Yeah.
a conversation today.
Well, speaking of chicken bones, I remember when I used to show apartments here in Chicago, I had this one girl and she like didn't have a very big budget, so like the stuff she wanted to see was not in the greatest of areas.
Yeah.
And like as a realtor, you can't really say like it's safe or not safe.
Right, of course you have to show them what's in the budget. Yeah.
But I remember one time we were walking up to this house and like there was the window open and my client's like, is that a chicken bone holding up the window? And I was like, yes it is. That is a chicken bone holding up the window. And then we walked in and it smelled like pee. I was like, you're not living here. I'm sorry.
Right.
I was like, you're not living here.
No.
First the chicken bone.
Yeah, the pee is
Then
the
the pee.
is the clincher.
Yeah, it
no.
smells like pee.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The chicken bone
Holding up the windowsill.
Yeah.
was holding up
Yeah, it's
the
being
window.
practical. Being practical. It's something that's sturdy enough to do it, I guess. I mean, you could have an ant problem.
What if it wasn't
You know?
a chicken bone? What if it was something else?
Like a human bone?
Yeah, what if
It'd have to be like a finger bone.
Ah, yeah, exactly.
it could be like a little kid bone?
Oh shit.
Oh my god, that's so morbid. Oh my god.
I get freaked out by that stuff because people are fucked up and
I
they
know.
do things, and people like that would do things to be
My
like,
God.
look what I can get away with. You know what I mean?
Like in plain sight type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, did it look like a chicken bone?
It seemed functional. It seemed like, man, this window won't stay open. What do we got? I
I
just had some chicken last night, Put it in the window.
Let me grab. Hold up, let me finish this chicken bone.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Oh, that's hilarious.
But going back to relationship versus your needs.
It depends on
Yes.
your time of life, I think.
Yeah, and maybe it is like a personality thing.
I think it could change.
And it could change, like I said. Like when I'm older, like maybe I will just want like one person, but like I don't see a problem at all with having, like polyamory and stuff like that. Like I've already explored that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do that and are happy. There's a
Yeah.
whole community of people that are
Yeah.
polyamorous. And,
Exactly.
I think because they're right. They're open to. They accept the fact that there's not one exact person that can fill their needs. I mean, there's a backdraw to that. That's just like, all right, how do you juggle all of this on top of everything else that is going on in your
But
life?
it's still fairly new, so I don't know how successful
I don't think it's
it
as
could be.
new.
It's
It's-
not.
I think it's new to people that everybody knows about it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, because people were probably very tight-lipped before.
Mhm.
Now they're probably a little bit more forthcoming to the general public. Maybe not as much, like, you know what I mean, as you would
Well,
think.
it's like
but
I would prefer that than people cheating all the time because there's so many
Right.
people that cheat all the time. But
Yes.
it's like maybe they're just people that are supposed to be polyamorous. Maybe they're
Yes.
not capable of being in a committed relationship.
Exactly. And for me, like, I still have to have an affinity, though. Like, I have to be,
Right.
because I'm going to see them more.
That's where the
yeah,
lying to
than one
yourself
time.
comes in.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Like, because you're lying to yourself. If you know you need to be more than one person,
Right.
then be honest not only to me, but to yourself. Say it out loud.
Right.
Don't keep it inside and like be on the DL and go fuck 12 other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because that could be toxic then because of the dishonesty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
In this day and age, ridiculous. You know, click for the click.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just whatever comes out of it. You know, but if you're honest, then it's going to happen.
And then also, too, like, I would think, you know, like, grappling with jealousy. You know, because it is, like, a human... you know what I mean? Like, you're human.
Like,
you know
why am I
happen.
not... Well, I think people in polyamorous relationships realize that, you know...
It could,
that
it
whole
could still
thing
come
of,
up.
why am I not enough is not necessarily part of their thought process because they know why one person
nobody
is in
can
and out.
ever fill everything.
Right.
Well, no.
need.
Even, like, my most recent...
Such a high standard.
Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, there have been things, even though, like, that has already all been visited...
Right.
That stuff could still come up.
Oh, sure.
And that's, you know, like, but you have to be solid enough to be able to work through those things. Because
Right.
you're human. Because you will. Like,
and to not pretend they're not there.
Yeah,
they are
exactly.
there.
Because it is like a case by case, you know what I mean? It's a day by day thing. You know what I mean? Like, for whatever reason, something could trigger an emotion. And then there it is. And you have to be, like, honest and strong enough to be able to deal with it and not push it under the rug.
Right.
That's what's, like, really
on your part or on the other person's
on the
part?
other person's part with their another partner. Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, like, if you're gonna lie on top of me. Don't lie to me.
Ah.
And I
Another
find
T-shirt idea.
yeah, really.
Hashtag patent pending.
And
it's a 7-year bitch lyric.
Is
Do
it?
you remember that song? If you're gonna lie on top of me. Don't
No,
lie
I don't
to
remember
me.
that one. That's good.
And if you're gonna lie down next to me. Don't lie to me.
Nice.
Not a great
But the
word.
thing is I think maybe that's why I'm fine with arrangements like that because I find that honesty refreshing. Because that's the only time I've ever really experienced it.
Right.
Is in a relationship like a polyamorous.
Yeah, it's like people get in a relationship and they have to pretend that they never have
It's
any other
crazy.
desires ever for anybody else.
And the thing is though, it's everything is disclosed and it's not even a problem.
lie. That's such a lie.
I know. There's no way you
Right.
can never have any desire for anybody else. I mean, not that you have to act on it, but at least be able to talk about it. Or
Yeah,
Right.
this is the
you
most
can't pretend that
like
you don't.
honest
Like, if
conversations
Yeah,
that I've had
like,
because
if I'm with
everything
a
is
guy,
disclosed.
there's gotta be a time. I mean, I'm saying that right now in this point in my life. I don't know how I'll be, but at this point, like if I marry to someone and he's like, after 3 years, like I want to do someone else, I'll be like, okay, boo, but come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's
Like,
kind of one of those.
do you like give the person the freedom
And I
to
want-
who they want to be?
And as long as you're safe too,
And you're
of course.
safe.
Like everybody's
Yeah.
gotta be
because I mean you gotta
smart. You know what I mean? You gotta know who you're with. Everybody's gotta just like that's what I mean. Like right now, like this is the most honest
That, like,
that I've ever experienced. Like even like before, like in a monogamous relationship, there's more fucking like subterfuge
Mm-hmm.
going on. You know what I mean? Like it's really crazy. Like everything is just out in the open. Like, hey, this is the fucking situation right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, you know, and then you just kind of fucking deal with it.
Yeah, and that's how it is in my relationship now. Like, this is
Yeah,
the most
it's
honest I've ever had,
crazy.
and it's like really strange sometimes.
It's like you have to bring
it's
more
great.
motherfuckers in order to like be honest. It's crazy.
Well, I find that really just kind of the basis of or the foundation of my thought process
Mhm.
because I think that okay, here I am. I want to be with somebody who I really enjoy being with, but I want them to have the freedom to do whatever they want, whenever they want, because it is their life,
Right.
right? But like Rosa said, come back, boo.
Yeah, right.
If you want.
Because
I never want to have guilt, or I never want to guilt somebody into liking me, or tell them they need to come back.
Yeah.
I want them to come back because they want to be here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when you have that energy exchange, it's wonderful.
And then I think there's also different facets of relationships that you could explore. Like you could have the primary partner, the person that you want to have as your primary partner, but you have, it's bad to say, but like auxiliaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's other relationships that are kind of like spokes out of the primary relationship.
Right.
You know, that like, you know, so say you have like the conventional marriage on paper, that's your primary partner, but you're exploring other parts of yourself with other partners.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you still have, for whatever reason, like that connection with that person that you want as your primary partner. And it's a mutual thing. It's very complicated. It could be very complicated.
And it's
but
something that evolves as the relationship
Yes,
goes. It's
yes.
not like something very
yes.
like linear or very like,
No.
okay, these are the rules.
No.
But it's like it's an ever-changing kind of
Right.
evolving thing.
Which is probably why, like, those type of linear, very, like black and white relationships are kind of hard for me. You know what I mean? Like, maybe because they're like that.
Because, like, I'm in a box, don't put me in a box, don't
Yeah.
put me in a box. I don't want to be in a box.
Yeah.
Or maybe I want to be in a box, but I don't want you to tell me I got to be
You're
in a
right,
box.
right, exactly, because it could happen. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I could turn around one day and totally be like, holy shit.
Joe
Yeah,
Biden?
just-
Yes, they're making fun of me because I said Joe Biden is hot. I'm sorry, but there's like because I was like, you know what? Like for some reason I find Joe Biden hot, and Rose was like, Jesus, that's like the geriatric.
No, because I was like, oh yeah. No, because I think I was like, yeah, like, there's all types. There's stuff for like, all types of people. And she's like, yeah, man, like Joe Biden I find hot. And I was like, ooh, that is reach.
That's reach.
But you
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I
about
can
him.
see it. Like,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like a power thing. Or...
I don't know. The most Veach I like is that guy from Mad Men.
Oh wait, which guy?
The Silver Fox
He's
guy.
good too.
Oh,
They
yes.
had, I forgot his name.
He was
Don
on an
Draper's-
episode of Sex and the City, wasn't
Yes, he was the boyfriend.
To pee or not to pee.
Yeah, the guy, the politician that liked
he?
to
Yeah.
to be urinated on. Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of hot. Yeah, that's...
What,
Yeah.
pee?
The guy.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
You're like, whoa.
Some people do like getting peed on.
They
and
do,
stuff.
and hey, like I said,
Are
I
they like
never,
getting it on?
on them.
See,
drinking
that's
it,
nasty.
whatever.
No,
hold
the
on.
thing is that's gotta be the...
No. I say
The
whatever.
psychology of it.
Man, I'm not gonna judge whatever you fucking want to do as long as it's consenting.
No,
adults.
but let's say not the... I'm talking about, like, it's gotta be the psychology.
Yeah, where does that come from?
I
It's
don't
gotta
know.
be like, yeah,
Like,
Well,
my
it's like some
mom
people
peed
like
on me,
being
so I like somebody to
humiliated.
pee on me.
no, like, degrading.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what I
Yeah, they
mean?
like
Like,
being humiliated
degradation.
and-
Yeah, they're just like... yeah. You're just like, no.
Yeah, no.
It's sterile.
Yeah, true.
Is
It's
that
sterile.
common?
It's very common, I think. She's
Like-
doing the sound effects.
Like our
I think it's common. Like now, that's another thing we're talking about too. Now in the mainstream, all of a sudden all these people, like everybody knows everything. Like before, this stuff was like more under wraps. Like people didn't really talk about these things. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't common knowledge. Now it's more common knowledge.
peeing on people?
Yeah, like the fetishes. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, does the guy like to be? Is
It could be either
or
or.
is it the? How does the girl pee on the dude though? Like, is
It
it
could
breaking? I always have to picture it.
I guess. I
Well,
mean,
he's
I
like
would
you're
think-
lying down.
I would think do it in the shower, you know, so
Oh,
you don't,
that's like
so
the
you're not going to
practical
make.
way.
Well, yes,
Well,
you
then
don't make a
what's
big
the
mess.
effect? And you don't know what's pee, what's shower.
Well,
Well,
don't
no,
turn
you
the
turn
water.
the shower on afterwards.
Yeah,
So they just like
and then
walk
so everything, you know what I mean. So you don't have to like clean the floor. You know, it's like I'm a Virgo moon. I got to think about this. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, super
Yeah.
Virgo-ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that
like, then
is
you wanna
true.
clean up the mess
That
afterwards?
is true because then you're gonna be like,
Hold up. Way to avert the Joe Biden talk.
No, I will say he's handsome.
I don't know what it is about
He's
him.
handsome.
There's like something hot about him, and he's like in his 70s.
Man.
So go
He's
and
got
figure
a
that out.
wrinkle thing hanging between his legs.
And he's hilarious. So, like,
Yeah,
it's
he
top
is
it all
very
off. Like,
funny.
he's always saying the wrong thing.
Is it his teeth?
His
He has
teeth are
good teeth.
fake.
Yeah, they got it.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why do you like they're like
No, normally I don't like that at all. They're like totally veneered out. They're like Crown and Bridge.
Well, I think President Obama is very handsome.
Oh, he's super handsome.
Oh my god.
He's cool.
oh my god.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of my dad a little bit though. Just kidding.
Oh, really?
Really? Like all suave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rico Suave?
He is hot though.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Obama?
Obama.
I don't think any politician is hot because they're all fucking liars.
Well, I feel like usually with the presidents, usually the more attractive one wins. I mean, that's what it's been like for the last.
That's what they
like,
say
30
happened with
years.
Kennedy and Nixon.
Kennedy
you
and
know?
Nixon.
Yeah.
But even like Bush and Kerry, I mean, as much as I didn't like President Bush, he was more attractive than Kerry was.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was more handsome than Kerry was.
George Bush is handsome.
And then like Obama was more handsome
Yeah.
than
Kerry
McCain
was, I thought Kerry was more
and
hot.
Romney. Kerry, John Kerry,
I don't remember what he looked like. Was that the
Oh.
one with the
He
one
looked
that
like-
screamed?
like the moon guy, like Mac.
Yeah, he
Knight.
looks like the slapped ass.
Wait, who was the one that like screamed? He was like,
No, that's Howard Dean.
oh.
Yeah, that's Howard Dean. Oh God, he was out because of that.
Now that is the most fucked up thing. So Howard Dean
Yeah.
was
Screams,
like
and
was
that's what
he
happened?
screams at one thing and they
And he
kick him
was-
out.
and he was
Donald
excited.
Trump can say all this crazy shit. And
Yeah,
like, nothing
I
happens
don't
to him.
understand.
All the scream?
Like yeah,
Yeah,
just because
it
he got
was.
really excited. He's
He
like
got excited.
yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, he is completely untethered, like a total emotional like mess. Like who knows, like how he would be, it would totally fly off the handle, like type of shit.
That is so
But
stupid.
yet
It's so
Howard,
stupid.
but yet Donald Trump can say all this crazy
Uh-huh.
shit and racist and whatever.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this whole situation. I think it's just like a.
We're going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
I think it's just all the old ideas coming out of the woodwork, and those people are going to die off soon. That's my opinion.
Right.
Those are the old
The
ideas.
VGs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world as we know it.
Like all the
So
xenophobia.
I just feel like
all the-
that's like
Yeah.
old ideas that
Yeah.
he's bringing. He's just getting to people's the worst parts of people
Yeah.
and like their
Oh, for
fears
sure.
and their xenophobia. They're scared.
In
Donald Trump.
society.
Donald Trump, that's not for real. Like, you can't honestly vote for Donald Trump.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
feel, I feel like he's pulling a prank at everyone. I feel like any day he's gonna be like, "Ta-da!
Yeah, psych!
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah.
No, I just
No,
feel like
he's
it's
not.
exposing all the what the facts in
No,
the world.
that's, like,
and all what
really
the facts are
bad,
Like, we have
though.
a voice now with the fact.
Oh
We're all
man.
gonna fucking vote with the fact.
It's gotta be people
Oh,
with
what the facts outnumber all the smart people
Well,
no matter where
it's
the
gotta
fuck
be
you go.
IQ of you have to. I
Shit.
think it has to go with your IQ, like on how low it is that you're gonna vote for Trump.
Well, because if you even listen to any of his speeches, like I tried to listen to one the other day.
Yeah, I know
For
you
like
can't.
20 minutes, he talked about his polls. He's like, well,
Right.
I'm winning in this poll, and then this poll I'm doing that, and here I'm 20%.
There's no
over.
direction to like his,
He doesn't have any idea.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he just talks about himself and talks about how horrible immigrants are, and
Yes.
that we
And we're
should
gonna make America great
block
again.
Muslims and make America great again.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Like that secretly just means make America white again? Like,
Right.
What are you saying?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's very interesting, but you know, and people like eat it up because it's entertaining.
Mhm.
That's the other thing.
It sure is. It's a fucking train wreck.
It's a train wreck.
Who doesn't love a train wreck?
Mhm. So yeah, how do we get on Donald Trump?
I don't know.
Like-
We're talking about sex.
Well, that
That's
he
the
is not
non-sexiest
hot.
thing.
Yeah, I know.
He's not
Oh, because we
sexy
started
enough.
talking about the politicians. That's how it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the guy peeing on.
Okay, let's go on the opposite side of the spectrum then. Like, who do you find, like, let's pick somebody, like, who's famous or what people would know. Like, who do you find, like, oh my god?
That guy from American Horror Story.
Oh, he's
Which
good.
guy?
Evan Peters?
Evan Peters,
Wait,
but
who is
the
that?
other
Evan
guy, the
Peters,
one that's
too.
in the new one. I
The-
don't know, I was, yeah.
He was in American Beauty. He was
Wes something.
Wes-
His name is like Wes.
Let's
something.
look it up.
Man, he's
good.
Wait a minute, was he in the carnival one? Because that's the one I'm watching now.
No.
No,
You're
was
watching
he in
Wes
any of the
Bentley.
other ones?
Wes
Bentley.
Bentley.
Boo.
Yeah. Let me see that
Wait,
shit.
was he in the asylum one?
No,
I don't know
this
if
is
he
the
was-
first one he was in. The
Oh.
one
You
with
gotta
Lady
like
Gaga.
see him in action. You know what I mean?
He's good. He
Pictures
was in
of him.
American Beauty,
He's good.
and that's like one of my favorite.
He
movies.
has like that like
one of my most favorite
serial
movies like of
killer
all
look.
time.
Look at it.
He's hot.
You know that the
He flipped.
the plastic bag in that movie never did anything else.
I'll let you know when I find
Huh?
a good picture.
What? He's good.
Oh,
No.
he's cute, man.
I was saying the plastic bag in American Beauty never did anything after that movie.
Oh, the plastic bag.
could've
And that
given
was a
her-
very poignant part of the movie.
So there's that guy.
That bag never
Evan-
acted again.
Oh my god. Well, because I mean, how
But
could you
Evan
ever
Peters-
follow up a great performance like that?
No.
I think like more like Henry Cavill or Tom Hardy for me.
I see.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, oh my god, the guy in Bronson.
You know who I
He's
love?
in Locke right now.
Oh, see, he's good.
he's aight.
he's
He's aight.
dead.
Oh, you
So
crazy?
fine.
I like, and Rosa still like doesn't understand this. Gail Harold, which is he's more.
Christian Bale in American Psycho.
I love Christian
But I
Bale.
only like him in American Psycho.
Yeah, I love Christian Bale.
Because he puts on like 22 lotions.
I would. That's why Nora thinks that I like him
Oh,
because
I
his
like that
skincare
look.
regime is as long as mine.
I like that. No, I like that like dickhead Tetley.
I don't like the dickhead
The
thing.
look of like the slick.
Nah. I have liked.
Your face
no.
It's like
No, I've liked Christian Christian Bale ever since Little Women, and I remember Rosa telling me, she's like, "Ew, he's all pale. He looks like a fish," and I'm like, "He is good."
Yeah.
Ever since then, I always liked him.
I only like
What about you, Manny?
No.
No. There's somebody like
That like I'm madly it for. I mean, traditionally it's always been Ashton Kutcher for me.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher.
Really?
Yeah, I
He's
just thought he was. Oh,
He's
See,
really
I don't know.
cute.
People gotta be able to like grow facial hair for me. He doesn't look like the kind of guy that can grow facial hair, and I like someone with a lot more testosterone.
I like less.
Yeah, see, like that's him. And Rosa doesn't get it. I would be kicking shoes off.
Oh, that's
Like,
the guy you
down-
kick and choose?
Oh, hell yeah. If I saw him in the street.
yeah, he was on Queer as Folk.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love him.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, he's all right. And I'm like,
He's
bitch, man. I would totally be like, get a room. Yeah,
I
like,
guess
I'm
I'm
not even
like
kidding.
Josh home too.
Oh yeah, he's
That's
totally
all.
get a room.
I would be like, no room, no time for that.
But something about him looks like you couldn't walk for a week. You'd be like, bye guys.
Yeah.
Your legs would just be permanently open.
Like Yosemite Sam?
It's like if you see a pussy walking down the street with red high heels, it's me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well that about wraps it up. I
Yeah, I
think.
think so. On that note,
I tell you what I'd like to wrap up.
Well, thanks again for listening, y'all.
yes, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, y'all. We had the Briac is starting to come in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta drive too.
No, I gotta put that in the dictionary, the Briac.
Oh, briac.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dictionary word meaning drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Comes from the Italian ubriaco.
Right. Exactly. It should pour some more wine.
Yeah, time, baby.
All right, guys. You will be hearing from us soon.
yes.
A month from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We agreed on monthly?
Yes.
So
Regularly. We're gonna be posting regularly.
Regular, you know, Puerto Ricans can say
We
R
gotta put
words.
something in our calendar for that shit.
February 13th.
It's right on my
It's going to be Valentine's Day.
Eve.
Eve.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about sex. No, just
Oh
kidding.
yeah. Well, surprise, surprise.
No, we'll talk about stuff. We'll find
Yeah.
it.
And sex will be there too.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
All right, guys.
Bye for
Signing
now.
off.
Ciao for now.
If you like what you heard, please share us on Twitter at Bitch Podcast, on Facebook at Labpodcast Chicago, on Instagram at L.A.B._podcast, or visit our website www.labpodcast.com.